All right, guys, so we just got the final injury report for the Green Bay Packers wild card weekend, this matchup versus the Dallas Cowboys. And actually, there's only 3 players with injury designations. Now, it's a very long injury report list, but there's 2 questionable and 1 doubtful. And that's, a breath of fresh air compared to previous weeks where you have like 8 questionable and 2 doubtful. Now, 2 of the questionable are, key starters to this team, so it's very important to see if they're going to be able to play this Sunday. But nonetheless, let's dive down into the injury report, break it down for the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys ahead of this awesome wild card matchup. All right, so bringing up the Packers injury report, first and foremost, obviously Jaire Alexander, who we heard stepped on someone else's foot in the walkthrough on Wednesday and rolled his ankle. Now, he wasn't seen limping or wasn't seen with a boot, but he didn't practice Thursday, and he didn't practice yet again today, and he is listed as questionable. So it really is a game time decision. Matt LaFleur was asked if they know currently, even if they won't say whether Jaire Alexander can play in Dallas, and he said, quote, "We don't know. We're just giving him up to game time to figure it out. He will legitimately be a game time decision." So this is obviously massive, right? We're going against CeeDee Lamb, one of the top wide receivers in the NFL, having an amazing season. We know what him and Dak Prescott can do. And even, if we had 100% Jaire and he was 100% playing this game, I'd still be a little bit worried. So this worries me even more that there is a potential that Jaire could not play in this game, right? He's been questionable a lot of weeks and hasn't played when questionable. That's when he's practiced all week. So I know it's the playoffs and it's a different mindset, right? You would think, Jaire would definitely want to play in this game if he could. I'm really hoping he can. It is going to be a game time decision, and maybe the Packers are just throwing smoke out there to confuse the Dallas Cowboys, but I think it actually is a game time decision, and I'm really hoping it gets right over the next 2 days and Jaire can suit up and hopefully follow around CeeDee Lamb well enough to contain him. Then we have Devondre Campbell, who is a full participant all week. He has no designation. Will start at linebacker next to Quay Walker. AJ Dillon is the one doubtful player, so it looks like the second week in a row without AJ Dillon with his neck stinger injury. Didn't practice all week, so obviously something more significant than we once thought. We were all thinking, this thumb injury is going to be an issue and he's going to play through it or maybe not play through it, but then really it's at this point the neck stinger injury that's been holding him out. Luckily, Aaron Jones is fully healthy. Like, if the Packers didn't have him right now, they'd be in a lot of trouble. So at least Aaron Jones is fully healthy. Look for Patrick Taylor to get some snaps and some carries against the Cowboys, maybe even a little Emmanuel Wilson, who could be activated in this game, but AJ Dillon is doubtful, so pretty much won't play in this game. Romeo Doubs, no designation. Really nice to see no designation here. I thought for sure he'd be questionable. I mean, the dude was coughing up blood on the sideline halfway through the game against the Bears, but it seems like that wasn't an issue, and all week he's just limited to take it easy with his chest injury and no designation, so he will be able to play and probably have no snap count against the Cowboys. Elton Jenkins, really nice to see limited here. I was worried yesterday that maybe it's not a rest day, just like last week. Maybe it's the ankle flare-up, right? It's not. It was just a rest day. He was limited again today and no designation, so Elton Jenkins will obviously start at left guard. Aaron Jones, so great to see Aaron Jones with no injury designation the past 3-4 weeks, and that's replicated in his play, right? 3 straight 100-yard games. Even against the number 1 run defense last week, he went for, I think, $111. So Aaron Jones needs to get this going, right? Needs to get this offense going against the Cowboys. We know how good he's been in the past against the Cowboys, the one game with the 4 touchdowns. If the Packers want to win this game, they got to get the run game going to take away the pressure of Lawrence and Parsons, and that starts with Aaron Jones. So give him the rock, feed Aaron Jones. Isaiah McDuffie, with his concussion, full participant today, so cleared through concussion protocol. He'll be ready to go in this game as a depth rotational linebacker, or if Quay or Devondre go down with injury, which has happened a lot in games this year. So good to see him available there. Luke Musgrave, full all week, no designation. Really awesome here as well. It looks like Luke Musgrave is 100% and there'll be no snap count. Last week he only saw 9 snaps. I think this week it'll be more of a 50-50 split, or the Packers will have Kraft and Musgrave on the field a lot and some 12 personnel, which I 100% want to see. So great to see Musgrave back. I think he could be a nice mismatch against this Dallas defense. Then we have Josh Myers, full participant all week. He's good to go. John Owens limited all week, but he's good to go. We'll start at strong safety for this defense. Jaden Reed, full participant all week with his chest injury. This was one he suffered a couple weeks ago. Not a problem at all anymore. Got to get Jaden Reed going as well. Jaden Reed is a pivotal part of this offense, and if you get the ball in his hand, that dude can make a play, as we saw last week, leading the team with over 100 yards receiving. Sean Ryan, full participant all week with his elbow injury. He's good to go. We'll see if they still rotate him and Runyon at right guard, Runyon coming off probably his best game all season. Darnell Savage, full participant, will go, obviously, and he'll start at free safety for this defense. TJ Slayton upgraded to full today. Awesome to see that with no designation. Preston Smith limited all week, no designation. Zach Tom, full all week, no designation. Has a massive game, probably his biggest game all season coming up for him against Micah Parsons here on Sunday. It's going to be huge for him to be able to contain Micah Parsons. Quay Walker, full all week, good to go. And then Christian Watson is the final questionable for the Green Bay Packers. So Jair, Christian Watson, 2 starters on offense and defense, both questionable, both likely going to be game time decisions. Man, if the Packers can get both of these guys to play, they're looking at a really, healthy team right now. I know how long this injury report list is, and you go, oh, they're not healthy. But, a lot of these players on this list are full practice. They're only really on there because they had the injury before, but now it's good. Like, they're good to go. So, really only ones to worry about are Watson and Alexander, and then, Dillon going forward if the Packers do win. But hopefully Watson can come back this week after missing the last 5 with a hamstring injury. I'm really hoping he can. And then Jair will just be that toss-up game time decision. And then Emmanuel Wilson, full all week, no designation. Then to quickly go over the Dallas Cowboys injury report, theirs is much shorter and also a healthy team as well. Dorrance Armstrong, no designation. Stephon Gilmore, 2 straight limited practices, no designation. No surprise there. I thought there was no way that guy wasn't playing. Jonathan Hankins upgraded to full today, no designation. Malik Hooker was full all week, no designation. Zach Martin got veteran rest the first 2 days, but then wasn't listed in today's practice, so he's not on the injury report anymore. Cooper Rush was added to the injury report with an illness, so he did not practice today with questionable designation, so he's their only designation, which is crazy, right? Tyler Smith upgraded to full today. He's going to play, and then Tyron Smith wasn't on there for an injury, so obviously he's off the injury report now. So that does it for the final injury report of Wild Card Weekend, Packers versus Cowboys. I'm very excited for this game for many, many reasons, right? We know how good Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have been in the past against the Dallas Cowboys, 9-1 over the last 10. It's Mike McCarthy, right? Against the Green Bay Packers, the regime that replaced him. It's Matt LaFleur versus Dan Quinn at defensive coordinator, who he coached under in Atlanta as a quarterback coach, so that's a good matchup. You got Aaron Jones against the Cowboys, right? You got the potential return of Christian Watson. You have Jordan Love playing super hot in his first ever playoff game. There's so many stories to write about in this game. I'm so excited, but I do keep saying this, no matter how this goes, I'm confident in the Packers, but if they do indeed lose this game, right? The Dallas Cowboys are a great football team. This season is still a win. The fact that the Packers made it to the playoffs, the fact that we know Jordan Love is the future at quarterback for the Packers, that much, no matter what happens this weekend, is a win. But yeah, I'm super excited for this game. I just finished my live stream going over the game preview, so if you want to check that out, if you weren't part of the live, you can go over to the live tab on my YouTube and look at that live stream. But I appreciate you guys coming by to the channel. If you could, please leave a like down below. It supports my channel a ton, but I'll catch you on the next one, and as always, go Pack Go.